Hello there you, and welcome to another absolute slaughter that we have here today. Now, when Khorne started to lead his forces against a holy relic site belonging to the Blood Ravens, naturally, our cement-clad turbo warriors strapped on their big space booties and responded with a chapter-sized force ready to exterminate personally any taint of Khorne from the holy site. Will the Ravens stand against the demonic incursion of bloodletters, or will one of Khorne's many plans finally come to fruition? As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off today's absolute slaughter. As you can see already, we've got ourselves a lot of renegades charging right towards the Space Marine line. Bolt of fire there, just streaking out of the forest. They can't even see the targets at the moment, and already 2,000 of them have been cut down. You can see that assault bolt of fire there coming out from the jet dreads, just devastating everything. Oh my god, that's a lot of firepower. There's about 330,000 warriors here now, charging their way right towards our Space Marine line. As you can see though, they are not going to falter, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, the Blood Ravens are here in full chapter strength, mainly in assault marines by the looks of it. There's about 1,000 assault marines here. Good luck to the renegades, they're definitely going to need it today, which is why they've got the bloodletters in amongst them. Indeed, Khorne is trying to flank his way through this valley site here, right into our holy relic site, and the Blood Ravens say, no way, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this though. A monumental fight is taking place now in this valleyway as bolt of fire strikes that front line. Chainsaws start revving up as they just slice open renegade scum. Oh, look at this bloodletter getting to the front line, and he too disintegrates under the weight of bolt of fire. Oh, it's been an absolute slaughter. Already 20,000 of their number have been cut down where they stand. And the assault marines here push on forward with frivolous vengeance and no mercy to the enemy. Oh my god, look, they're just mounting the chaos so far. But the chaos do have numbers on their side. And of course, they've got demons as well, ladies and gentlemen. Demons always go down well. Look at this though, the Space Marines here collapsing in on the flank, trying to stop the Renegades here from pushing down around as well. Sheer weight of numbers here means that the Renegades are going to be able to push any flank that they see fit, which is why the Space Marines here are trying to hold them in this little valleyway. Then it has become an absolute mega slaughter on this front line down here. Oh my god, look at this carnage. That is absolutely insane. This is what Warhammer is all about. Can you imagine being one of these renegade guys over here, just running in alongside it, and then all of a sudden a bolt gun round goes off and your friend next to you just explodes. I mean, quite literally just explodes. It'd be a horrific sight, but then again, your mind's warped by chaos, so you probably wouldn't really care too much. You just want vengeance and death incarnate. Well, speaking of death incarnate, 61,000 kills now to the Space Marines, and not a single loss has been had amongst them. The good old Adeptus Astartes here, really living up to the name. But let's not forget in the background, let's go have a look at them, because they are just standing over here at the map edge with their heavy bolters, assault bolters here, just laid down. Look at that firepower. There's a lot coming out on this back line. They are at the very map edge though, so they can't retreat anywhere. Not that they would. Not that they would. I know there's a lot of Space Marine players out there who would say that not very often the Space Marines retreat. Though it has been known that they will give up a fight if they cannot win it. We can see here the Chaos Gunners though are starting to line up now, really trying to lay down some covering fire, and it is working a little bit. 7 Space Marines have been killed now since we last spoke about it. That number will gradually increase, and one might imagine as more and more bloodletters start coming out and more blood is spilt on the battlefield. Look at the floor now. It is a mosaic of death. Almost no grass is left. Well, over here is a bit clean. Space Marines, you've got some work to do. We can still see the floor over here. But one has to imagine where all this blood is going. And I think you can see it down the bottom. Look, this is all trickling down here into a little pool down here that kind of looks like water at the moment. I don't know why. That's very shiny blood. But, oh yeah, look, there we go. Oh, we can see the little bloodsuit armies. Excellent stuff. Things are going to get very spicy as the Space Marines keep pushing forward. We can see that Chaos over here has got a couple of the gunners on the ridgeline over here. But Bolt of Fire is trying to take them down bit by bit, cutting down them who are returning fire. Actually, the Chaos Gunners over here really starting to thin the amount of melee that can get through them, because all the gunners are just standing there, and the melee are like, hey, let's through! And only a trickle is coming through, which is allowing our Space Marine brethren here to charge forward and just annihilate the enemy. 21 Space Marines have been lost so far. Look at all the blood, though. Look at all the bodies. Absolute carnage has been wrought here. The Space Marines now pushing into the actual valley itself. going to be really interesting, actually, when they start getting towards them gunners. Look at this blood lake as well. Oh my god, Khorne is happy no matter what the outcome of this battle is, ladies and gentlemen. The blood has already been spilt for the blood god here. How's Chaos getting on the flank? Look at this, so they have pushed around with a large contingent of forces here right into the Space Marine flank. There's only actually a few Space Marines on this far edge over here. They are at risk of being overwhelmed, possibly. Oh, look at this, like these guys over here. We've got a couple of Battle Brothers now who are just really going to bear the brunt of a lot of Chaos Renegades. I think they can handle it, though. I think they're in a good position here. They are very strong, these boys. But the Chaos have lined up a load of gunners over here. And they are just raining fire down into the Space Marines. However, the Space Marines are pushing forward in this area, it does look like. Bit by bit, we can see the combat lines behind them where they've pushed forward. Let's go back down to our center slaughter, because it is an absolute massacre down here. I really want the Space Marines to get up to these gunners. Oh my god, that's if the devastating bolt of fire doesn't eradicate everyone first. 41 Space Marines now to 160,000 Chaos losses. Now, I will mention, the Black Legion are on the field somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. It is not just all Renegades and Bloodletters here. Now, if I can find any of them, here we go. Look, here they are. The Black Legion hiding amongst the trees with their own bolt guns. So the Space Marines, possibly then, that's where most of their losses are probably coming from, is the return fire. Let's see, how are we doing on the back line? Have we actually lost anyone over here yet? Oh, we have, look at this. So yeah, the return bolt fire has been having a little bit of a devastating effect on the Blood Ravens backline over here. But there is still plenty. It looks like most of the losses then are actually on that backline. Still plenty of Assault Marines pushing forward though. And we can see plenty of Bloodletters are still amongst them. These Leman Russies need to be dealt with as well eventually. The damn corrupted things just laid in there covering fire. It does look like we've got a few of them. Bolt rounds there just annihilating the armor plating on them. Let's go over here, actually. I want to see what's happening at the top. Because it looks like, yeah, look, there's a very little gap here for the Space Marines to basically outflank Chaos. If they can get a couple of guys down here, I think this entire line will push forward really quickly. Which will really help the Space Marines, because these gunners, despite, you know, not having really powerful guns, there's still a considerable amount of them. And it's got to have some effect on the Space Marine armor over time here. See, our Assault Marines now are actually starting to clog up around the base of the hill, where Chaos has really tried to push up here, but we got some body bobsleighs going on. Look at that. Oh, it's a tremendous sight. The corpses of the enemy and the Emperor just rolling down the hill here. Then Chaos really are pushing this hill quite hard. I suppose it's a fire superiority area, so, you know, they could just rain down death upon the Space Marine line, but yeah, look at this. They didn't in the end up breaking the Space Marines over this side. The Space Marines managed to push through. And like I said, I'm really interested in what's going to happen to these gunners. There's a lot of firepower coming out from the Chaos lines, actually. 100 Battle Brothers have now been lost. We'll have to recover all this Gene Seed at the end of this. We cannot afford these losses. Look, God, look at this. I would not like to be in the shoes of a Chaos guy at the moment. Just looking at that. Especially with all that bolt of fire that was just going off as well. Absolute insanity on our front line here. 220,000 losses to Chaos, 125 to the Space Marines. It's a fair old kill-to-death ratio. If this was Call of Duty, you'd be extremely happy with it and probably banned from the video game. So, you know, you can't complain about it. It's basically aim hacks. Oh, look at this. Chaos now really trying to push this hill again and regain the fire superiority. But bit by bit, the Space Marines are grinding their way up it, and the Blood Lakes as well. Oh my god. Like I said, doesn't matter who wins here. Khorne's already won this one. There's some insane Blood Lakes here. Let's go down the hill, actually. How are we getting on down here now? Has any of it started to pull up? Oh my god, look at this. Yeah, a lot of it started to pull up. It doesn't look like it's gone any further than this, so we've still got a little bit of work to do. There's still plenty of enemies to grind down. Still 100,000 enemies here. God. Have we actually got to the... yeah, look at this. We're definitely starting to get towards the gunners now. The ones who are actually bothering to stand still and shoot. The rest of them are still charging at fever-pitch frenzy here because of the Bloodletters on the field. Just made them all go absolute mad and start charging into melee combat. And the Space Marines have done nothing but oblige, to be fair. Oh, the tree's getting in the way a little bit there, sorry. But yeah, look at this. The Space Marines have just carved a path through the enemy. That's actually, let's go have a look at how many Blood Ravens are left over here. So yeah, look, they are still pushing forward bit by bit. It's just that they've got a lot more long range. Is that coming out of his grip? Okay, yeah, that's the problem with the models. Any gunfire basically spawns from the center of the model and not from the gun. So yeah, these dreadnoughts are essentially hissing Stormbolter rounds. Okay, you know, it is what it is. Oh, I never noticed that. That's kind of funny. But yeah, on the side of Chaos, they've tried so far, but I don't think they're getting closer to that Holy Relic site anytime soon. However, the loss of 244 Battle Brothers is still a hell of a lot here. And the Chaos are not down and out for the fight yet. They've still got demons on the field. The Black Legion is still on the field here. But we are bit by bit grinding through the renegades here. A lot of them are still actually on this hill here. Look at this. There's still loads of them trying to push up here. The Space Marines have conquered the top of the hill now, so Chaos no longer has fire superiority up here. How are we doing on the far side over here? Okay, so we've just got a couple of Space Marines chasing down a couple of gunners in the field over there. We'll leave them to it, I think. But yeah, Space Marines now have actually gained the fire superiority off the top of the hill here. Now they need to just work their way down through the massive, massive blob of troops that are all here. Oh god, look, and more blood. Oh my god, look at that one. That's a hell of a lot of blood. Oh, there's a lot of Space Marines here as well. The Traitor Legions just laying down their bolt of fire as blood pools at the bottom. Oh, I'm sure they're loving that. Oh, that is sickening. Let's get back over here. I really like this flank over here because it just looks like at any second it could collapse. It doesn't look like there's really anywhere near enough melee troops coming into this area. There's a lot of gunners as well. Actually, having said that, look at this. In the center here, it finally looks like the Space Marines are starting to catch up with the gunners. Although a massive blob of melee have just appeared here as well. Oh god, the numbers. 360 almost now have been lost. That's a lot of Space Marines. The chapter is starting to dwindle bit by bit. Come on, guys, you can do this. Do not let the Traitor Legions win this. God, all the bodies piling down the side of the mountain as well. Look at this. They're all just pooling up here. Oh, Space Marines breaking through the line. Yes, they have. Chaos have started to run out of units in this area now. Looks like there's a lot of gunners that were stuck on the side of the hill here. And the Space Marines are just going to fearlessly cut their way through them. In fact, look at this. The entire center line now has been cleaned out. The Space Marines have pretty much done all of the melee elements now. Oh my god, that really collapsed very quickly there. So yeah, we're basically now looking at all the Chaos gunners here that are just going to start backing up and trying to get away from our Chaos, from the Chaos Space, from the Blood Ravens. Oh my god. They're not yet, they have not become a Traitor Legion yet, no. What I think we're going to do is quickly hit a time-lapse camera and let some of these numbers dwindle out over here. See if they actually manage to capture this hill. We'll be back in a moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, coming down to our last remaining 600 Chaos. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, they're pretty much all just gunners now, scattered across the field. A lot of the Black Legion actually got killed out. They kind of stood the ground, though, a little bit. Look at this. There's only a few of them remaining over here. And they are standing the ground against the Chaos Space Marine, I keep calling them Chaos Space Marines, against the Blood Ravens. Oh my god, look at this. Point blank. Yeah. They are still no match, though, for a Trade Assault Marine. He's taking some rounds, let's do this. Oh, this is brutal fighting here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at this, actually. It's getting really close. And are the Space Marines actually going to lose here? Okay, you know what? I might actually let this time-lapse go just a little bit longer. Because I don't know if the Space Marines are actually going to win this. They still have got their the dreads in the background over there, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll be back again in a moment. Okay, yeah, now I can definitely call it. The Space Marines now are definitely the dominant force here. Most of the Black Legion have been wiped out. So, it's safe to call it this one here. Although, having said that, pretty much half of the entire chapter was wiped out in this fight. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I do hope you've had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all the channel members who helped to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And while you're at it, why not go ahead and check out our Quellercast, the Warhammer podcast, where we ruthlessly apply logic to Warhammer lore. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.